A brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. You earn reputation by trying to do hard things well. The human brain is an incredible pattern matching machine. We see our customers as invited guests to a party, and we are the hosts. It's our job every day to make every important aspect of the customer experience a little bit better. I believe you have to be willing to be misunderstood if you're going to innovate. What we need to do is always lean into the future. When the world changes around you and when it changes against you, what used to be a tailwind is now a headwind. You have to lean into that and figure out what to do, because complaining isn't a strategy. What's dangerous is not to evolve. If you do build a great experience, customers tell each other about that. Word of mouth is very powerful. If you don't understand the details of your business, you're going to fail. It's not an experiment if you know it's going to work. If you can't tolerate critics, don't do anything new or interesting. Life's too short to hang out with people who aren't resourceful. If you're competitor focused, you have to wait until there is a competitor doing something. Being customer focused allows you to be more pioneering. The common question that gets asked in business is, why? That's a good question, but an equally valid question is, why not? I think frugality drives innovation, just like other constraints do. One of the only ways to get out of a tight box is to invent your way out. We've had 3 big ideas at Amazon that we've stuck with for 18 years, and they're the reason we're successful. Put the customer first. Invent. And be patient. The best customer service is if the customer doesn't need to call you, doesn't need to talk to you. It just works. There'll always be serendipity involved in discovery. There are 2 kinds of companies, those that work to try to charge more and those that work to charge less. We will be the second. Our motto at Blue Origin is Gradatum Ferociter, step by step, ferociously. What consumerism really is, at its worst, is getting people to buy things that don't actually improve their lives. There are 2 ways to extend a business. Take inventory of what you're good at and extend out from your skills. Or determine what your customers need and work backward, even if it requires learning new skills. Kindle is an example of working backward. My view is there's no bad time to innovate. Because, resilience, if you think of it in terms of the gold rush, then you'd be pretty depressed right now because the last nugget of gold would be gone. But the good thing is, with innovation, there isn't a last nugget. Every new thing creates 2 new questions and 2 new opportunities. Amazon.com strives to be the e-commerce destination where consumers can find and discover anything they want to buy online. Great industries are never made from single companies. There is room in space for a lot of winners. Market leadership can translate directly to higher revenue, higher profitability, greater capital velocity, and correspondingly stronger returns on invested capital. The thing that motivates me is a very common form of motivation. And that is, with other folks counting on me, it's so easy to be motivated. You don't want to negotiate the price of simple things you buy every day. I don't want to use my creative energy on somebody else's user interface. If your customer base is aging with you, then eventually you are going to become obsolete or irrelevant. You need to be constantly figuring out who are your new customers and what are you doing to stay forever young. I strongly believe that missionaries make better products. They care more. For a missionary, it's not just about the business. There has to be a business, and the business has to make sense, but that's not why you do it. You do it because you have something meaningful that motivates you. It is very difficult to get people to focus on the most important things when you're in boom times. People will visit Mars, they will settle Mars, and we should because it's cool. The solar system can support 1 trillion humans. And then we'd have 1,000 Mozarts and 1,000 Einsteins. The key thing about a book is that you lose yourself in the author's world. Percentage margins don't matter. What matters always is dollar margins, the actual dollar amount. Companies are valued not on their percentage margins, but on how many dollars they actually make, and a multiple of that. No matter what your mission is, have some notion in your head. Forget the model, whether it's government or non-profit or profit. Ask yourself the more important question: is my mission improving the world? Are you sure about it? Seek to disconfirm that all the time. And if you can, change your mission. I read The High Frontier in high school. I read it multiple times, and I was already primed. As soon as I read it, it made sense to me. It seemed very clear that planetary surfaces were not the right place for an expanding civilization inside our solar system. I think there are going to be a bunch of tablet-like devices. It's really a different product category. We expect all our businesses to have a positive impact on our top and bottom lines. Profitability is very important to us, or we wouldn't be in this business. Thanks for watching. Waiting for the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe.